Hello, hello. I think I actually got on live just before the actual 11:15 time rolled over. Let's see if we can get here. I'm not finding me. There we go. There we go. Hey, Miss Allison. How are you? I'm hoping everything went well today on all of the lives. I have not been able to watch. I had my own group activities happening today, and we are now going to see what happens here. So, hey Vicky, just going to get adjusted a little bit here. I hope everybody's doing well. Give everybody a minute to get on, and then of course we'll be able to let everybody view the replays. So, I am Carolyn Bosley. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, of course, and we are here in the North Carolina Demo May Stamp Along. So, thank everybody who has participated and presented so far in these. It's a wonderful thing. If you haven't and you even think you have a notion and would like to participate, it's a great stepping place to be able to do some practice and be among peers and friends to work problems out and so forth and so on. Let me know, can you hear me? Can everybody hear me okay? Give me some thumbs up. Good morning, Cindy. Some thumbs up and some hearts. We always like those things. But I need to make sure that you can hear me. And then I will get going. Good morning, Tina. Good morning. Okay, I see thumbs up. So that means you can hear me. So our challenge this month, hey, Nita, we were challenged to demonstrate something with the products in the new catalog and so forth. It's so that we can bring these items to our customer and say, look at the great things you can do with these. So that's what we're doing. And we are working with the Butterfly Brilliance bundle today. The stamp set mainly, and just one of the dies. So I'll show you that. This is the card that we're going to make. And we're going to be using the in colors, 3 of the in colors. And we're going to be using the blending brushes. And I love these, love these, love these. So I've used some black memento. I am using the fresh freesia, the polished pink, and the pale papaya. Also a few of the in color jewels. Let's just throw those in there. We're also using the ribbon, the in color ribbon, and if I'm not mistaken, this is the fresh freesia. Yes, it is. So we'll be using that. But this is a great card. It goes together really easy, really quickly, and add a little bit of Wink Stella on the top there. I know that's sometimes hard to see on camera, but hopefully you will enjoy this. Okay, so let's just move some of this out of the way and get started. We have the base card, which is your standard half sheet, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then I will take my bone folder and just do the burnishing there to get that down. Good morning, Glenda. Well, it still is morning, isn't it? Then we have a layer of black. And you can see, let me lay that out there, you might be able to see it better. The black is just going to go down onto your base. And I just cut it down 1/8 of an inch smaller. So I think that ends up being 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And I'm using Tombow just to place it. I always start out in the center. That's a good trick to especially tell your newbies. Start out in the center. That way if a big glob of the glue comes out, you don't have to worry about it squishing out the ends, okay? So let's get that placed. And it's just, I like doing the Tombow because I can maneuver it just a little bit for a few seconds if I need to. So we've got that down. I'm just going to move it out of the way just a moment. And then we have the top layer, which is the white. And I'm using the Memento Black. And this stamp is absolutely gorgeous, of course. It's the one stamp within the Butterfly Brilliance stamp set. And it's just gorgeous. There's no way around it. You just have to admit that it's gorgeous. So let's ink this up. And with it being the large stamp, of course, I'm laying it down and putting my ink to the stamp rather than stamping or stamp to the ink. Okay. And let's just make sure we've got it where all inked up. And I have my paper here, and then I don't necessarily go down flat with it. I see where or what butterflies I might want to make sure I'm getting on there, and then I go at an angle. I'm just one of those angle girls, I guess. I'm just a little, well, I'm not crooked. I don't want to say I'm crooked, but I like going at an angle. So do that. So I'm showing you this because then I'm going to turn it over. See, I love this. Now, you might say, why did you do that? I showed you what I was going to do to angle it. Now, that is the back side. That is gorgeous. But if you ink over top of that, it is going to mute these colors. Okay? So, we're going to turn this over. See, no biggie. And we are going to start with our blending. And I'm going to start with the Pale Papaya. And let's just get some ink on this. I do not start on the cardstock. I start off and work my way on and just do my circles. And trust me, this, everybody will have their own technique in what they want to do, but this to me is my way. So as you work with the blending brushes and so forth, you will see what you need and what you want to do and how you want to do it, how dark you want to do, and so forth. And then that is all you do. But don't go heavy with it. You know, just keep going over it, because the more you go over it, you can see the darker it's getting, but I'm not seeing blotches, if that makes sense. Well, good morning, Carol. So let's move this out of the way. And I am, instead of cleaning and using the same brush for us here, I am using 3 different brushes. And I'm next going with the Freesia. And let's do this. So I'm just inking this up really well. And then I am going to, again, start off and move it on. Okay, start off, move it on. And you can use any colors that you choose. I'm going to try one, I think, this weekend, just using all blues and greens coming down the card. I think that would be gorgeous. You can use 2 colors. You can use all 5 of your new in colors. So this is a maker's choice as far as colors go and what you want to do. I'm wanting to get this just a little bit darker, so I'm going to go over it. Just keep going over a little bit more. Okay. Then Then we're going to go with the new polished pink. Let's get some ink on there. Again. The pink, the polished pink and the freesia really blend close in color. So I don't know. There we go. I think we can tell the difference in those three. What do you think? So, okay. So then we're going to come back. Thank you, Tina. I tell you, I don't know if you guys are having issues with Facebook today or this week, but I'm not seeing a lot of comments. And when I am seeing them, they're very, very delayed, or it's like not seeing. So I let my folks know to be sure and give me those thumbs up and those hearts to let me know that they are being seen, or that I am being seen, that I'm still live and I'm not lost them. So that might be something that you want to do with your folks too. So I've inked up that pretty well. And you have to decide, where do you want it, top or bottom? So I'm going to go with the lighter on the, what am I going to do this time? I went with the light. No, I'm going to stick with that. Yeah, maker's choice. Isn't that what we said? Maker's choice. So then I am going to find my area that I want this to go in and place it down. And you can also, if you have a newbie and you have like a scrap sheet of paper handy, good morning, Pat, you could have had the block and stamp face up laying down and put your paper over top of it and use that if you wanted to. That's, oh my goodness, great day, isn't it? Gorgeous, just gorgeous. Woo! What do you think? Tell me what you think about that so far, ladies and gents. I'm just drying it a little bit since there's a lot of black on there. Wow, that is pretty. So then I am cutting off a piece of ribbon. And going to go ahead and, yeah, I know I've got way too much, but I tell you, hey Gail, these new in colors, I am loving them, and I'm just trying to find out any way to showcase them that we can. And now I'm not good with bows. Those of you have seen me before, so I'm going to turn it sideways. If I turn it sideways and do my bow, then maybe my bow will come out long ways like I really want it to. We will see. Yay! It worked, it worked, it worked. And I do have excess, but I tell you, I cannot tie with a short bow, short piece of ribbon. I can't do it. I don't know what, but my fingers don't work. I have those fat fingers, a fat finger. Thank you, Pat. So we have that there, and yes, it's a little off to the side. I'm one of those folks that don't do things very straight, and a lot of times I'll do it on purpose or do them off to the side simply because it happens to me naturally. So I just make it work that way. So at this point then I am going to take some dimensionals, and that was the back side. That was pretty too, huh? So, but that's what to show you, to ink first before you stamp, okay? And I'm actually popping this up, and no, I'm not taking time to cut my pieces at the moment. And let's find this little pick tool. Greatest thing since sliced bread. So many uses. Best $10 tool ever, ever, ever. So I tell you, if I have a newcomer, the two tools that my folks will brag about is the cutter for the most part and the pick tool. So let's pull this back down. There we go. So, I mean, that's beautiful on its own. Now, I went ahead and used the die cuts, cut out one of the solid butterfly bases, and did one of the detailed die cuts. Everybody still with me? So we're going to just bend that a little bit, not a lot. And I'm actually using a glue dot. Let's pull a glue dot out of here. And you can place it anywhere you want to. And I think this one's going to go right here. Well, maybe not. Maybe I want it to go, I think I want it to go here. And then I'm going to come back and just gently do that butterfly a little bit. I don't want it to really be up in the air to be torn off of it as it's put into the card, but or envelope, but I want it to be up enough to where it is not showing, or it's not just, it can be seen as a dimension, not just as something flat. I didn't get my glue dot exactly where I wanted it, so it's showing, and I'm having to work with it a little bit there. Okay. So then, just then, I will come back with the pickup tool on, and I use the glue in. Get a little bit of that out there, and then I tighten it up, and then just make sure to let your customers know, loosen it back up. Hey, Cindy, thank you. Loosen it back up so that that glue doesn't keep pushing out, and then you just lose a lot. Let's see. I think this time I am going to go with some of the papaya colors. And this is all, again, maker's choice. Once you get on these colors, the way these are made now, they pick up so many different colors, and they're just they illuminate with color. So they're just beautiful. And yes, I'm still going to put one there, even though the ribbon is covering it quite a bit. So there's what we have so far, and then I'm going to have to pull some. Let's add some Wink. Let's get some Stella going. Let's get our Stella on. So we are getting real close here. And when you first put your Wink on, you need to let your customers know also, you know, it really does look like a blob in some cases, but you just got to let it dry just a little bit, let it smooth out, and then you're good to go. And I just try to go with the lines or the areas. There we go, getting it going here. And then I have one of my stampers with me today. So yeah, you saw her reach over and steal my gems, didn't you? Oh, I do, as a demonstrator, I have started doing a surprise stamper, and I invite some of my customers, or any of my customers who are local and interested in coming and stamping the day with me or the afternoon with me. I invite them to come and be a special stamper or surprise stamper with me while I am doing my customer Facebook Lives on Saturday. And I try to do it at least once or twice a month, and we have a great time. And today was one of those days, so I just made sure she stayed with me through this presentation also. But there you go. So you can see they're very close in color. So now, what I did not do on this original one, that I thought I might check and see what we could do on this. When I first put down my white piece, to me that was just way too stark. Way too stark. So all I did was take my blending brush, and just lightly go over it, just to take, as we say, the edge off. Take the edge off. I tell you, Cindy, the blending brushes is what does it. It's not me blending. These blending brushes are absolutely wonderful, and they do the job. So let's see. I think I'm going to find a stamp here real quick. And give me just a moment. Sorry, I have walked away from you. Let's go with... I have one here that just simply says hello. It's not even been put together yet, but I'm going to use it on this. So give me just a moment here. And this is out of the Inspired Thoughts. I'm just using the hello. And there's a lot of them on there that we could use. I just happen to have this piece here and thought, well, we will try this. I'm going to use the black memento. And I'm truly just tapping, because you know as well as I do, some of these small stamps, if we're not careful, we will have the black absolutely all over us. Okay, so there's my hello. And just going to grab my scissors here, because, okay, that's going to come off some. Don't need that much. And I don't have my punch handy, so I'm just making my own little banner cut into my greeting. Cut away my little fuzzy there. And then, yes, that's all we're doing. I'm not going to pop this up, just putting enough, just a little glue. Oh, have that glue booger on there. Oh, just a little, don't need a lot at all. And just slipping it under the wing. And voila, I'm done. So I have one with a hello, I have one blank. I can use whatever greeting I so wish to on there. And that is my presentation for the Butterfly Brilliance. I do have a couple other cards I want to show you, just because this might be something that you can show with your customers also, and show the variety or the versatility of this set, the different ways that you can use it. Here is another card. Using just the dies, and this smile was out of another. Thanks, Lori and Glenda. Hey, Cobb. And this is one that I did this morning with my Inky Gatherings Facebook group, using the stitched rectangles. And this is the glimmer paper. We're not doing any blending, but then we just used the die cut. So there was no stamping. The Butterfly Brilliance bundle. But we did use the die cuts, and that makes a beautiful card. So it just shows the versatility of the stamp set and what can be done. And then we had this card also with the different colors. So, and you have one with a greeting and one without. Now, I'll be honest, I may come back and flip this up just a little bit. It just, to me, is a little flat, but I still like it because we took the stark white off a little bit, and that worked for us. So, you don't ever see a butterfly stamp you don't want. There you go. Well, that's what I have for you today. So I hope everyone has a wonderful afternoon. I still think we've got, I think Patricia Todd is up this afternoon, and so forth. I've got to look on the list to see who all else is here, and I've got to go back and get some replays for those that were on this morning, again, because I was working with my Facebook Lives, my personal group Facebook Live. So I am sure I always, always benefit from watching these and working with the other demonstrators. The demonstrators in this group are so giving and have just great ideas and very talented. So, yeah, the glimmer paper card, Gail, very easy too. But those blending brushes, look how smooth that blending is. It just works. So everyone, have a great afternoon. And until we're together again, happy stamping.